2016 Koenigsegg Regera, 1,500 horsepower, single-speed gearbox. It don't need no stinkin' multi-ratio transmission. Koenigsegg has built fewer cars during its entire existence than Ferrari produces in a single week, and yet the Swedish hypercar manufacturer has become disproportionately adept at winning headlines. Take for example the Regera, the company's all-new model and a car that makes the 1,341 horsepower 1:1 that we drove not long ago look slightly underpowered. The figures are somewhere beyond being merely intimidating. The Regera follows the example set by the McLaren P1, the Ferrari LaFerrari, and the Porsche 918 by using a hybrid drivetrain, albeit one completely unlike anything we've seen before. It uses both a twin-turbocharged 5.0-liter V8 engine and 3 electric motors for a total combined output of 1.11 megawatts, which converts to 1,509 metric horsepower or 1,489 horsepower on America's SC measuring stick. Koenigsegg claims the 0 to 400 km per hour, 249 miles per hour, acceleration time of less than 20 seconds makes the Regera Swedish for terrain the fastest accelerating car in the world. Look, that is understated. We'll get to the powertrain in a second, trust us, it's better to take a run up, but first, a word about the design. Perhaps the most amazing thing about the styling is that Koenigsegg did it almost entirely in-house and with no professional designers. The Regera is intended to be a more luxurious alternative to the existing Regera model. From the front, it does look almost completely different. You could call it understated by Koenigsegg guest standards. The side and rear profiles are dominated by the aero channels and the huge deployable rear wing. The cabin is the biggest surprise. Koenigsegg's previous models have all had cockpits like the linked-up Group C racers, but the Regera looks plush and spacious by comparison. The big central display screen even features Apple CarPlay. Out go the gears. And now on to the drivetrain. The gasoline side features the novel Koenigsegg direct drive transmission, in effect, a single-speed gear reduction for the mighty V8 engine. Between the engine and the 2.85-to-1 rear final drive there's no conventional gearbox, just a hydraulic coupling that, when closed, links the two directly. Below 30 miles per hour, this can slip slightly, but it isn't. A proper clutch and 1T provide propulsion at very low speeds where the Regera relies instead on its electric motors. Above 30 miles per hour, the Regera's engine speed and wheel speed rise in direct proportion, with the engine's 8,250 revolution per minute redline corresponding to the top speed of 249 miles per hour. Honda's Accord Hybrid and Accord plug-in hybrid use single-speed transmissions that are similar in concept, although we wouldn't be surprised if Christian von Koenigsegg wasn't even aware of the existence of those 114-mile-per-hour family sedans. Koenigsegg direct drive might sound like the solution to a non-existent problem, but the company claims that the lack of a conventional gearbox both saves weight and reduces the power loss to the driveline by over 50% compared to a traditional transmission. And the electric motors provide the ability to fill in where the V8 is producing less power and also to add extra performance on top of it, all the way to the Regera's top speed. There are 3 YASA axial flux motors, which are lighter than the more common radial flux motors. Two 241 horsepower versions drive the rear wheels and provide torque vectoring, and a 215 horsepower motor on the crankshaft supplies torque fill and also acts as both a generator and a starter motor. The 620-volt battery pack sits in the chassis backbone where it takes up 2.4 cubic feet of space and weighs 254 pounds. Koenigsegg says it's the most power-dense battery pack created for a road car, with a 9.27 kilowatt-hour capacity. Prodigious flow rates up to 671 horsepower can be supplied during full acceleration and 201 horsepower can be absorbed during regenerative braking. And, yes, the provision of a 3 kilowatt onboard charger means that the Regera is a plug-in, with a claimed electric-only range of 22 miles. We retold the entire transmission including the electric motors and the battery pack adds just 194 pounds to the Regera's weight compared with its mass if it had been built with just the V8 and the company's existing 7-speed automated transmission. Unique among hypercars. This is of course very different to what people are used to in sports cars, admitted company founder Christian von Koenigsegg, adding, "It's nice to shift down hear the engine howl and then shoot off. However, given the massive electrical support and the power of the internal combustion engine over 2,500 revolutions per minute, the experience is otherworldly. At low RPM, the engine will still feel truly monstrous as the combined torque is unbelievable. The fun of shifting down and planning for the acceleration is quickly forgotten and not missed. It needs to be experienced. Good luck with that final point. Just 80 Regeras will be produced, each one commanding a starting price of $1,890,000 before any taxes or fees. That sum is heady, sure, but it also seems like an odd sort of bargain when the track-only P1 GTR costs more than $3 million. And then there's this: the Regera will be offered in the US as a fully federally compliant model, probably early next year.